course, the first edition of Media Sport in the new year.
Definitely.
We are very elated, and we believe that the show is going to be an exciting one. I'm just pretty much excited to be on the show this afternoon.
Of course, FEMI Shittu.
Happy New Year, Raymond.
Year,
I don't
happy
think
New
we've seen this New Year.
The first time, definitely.
Yeah, the first time. Happy New Year, Idris, and Happy New Year to our listener, wherever you might be. Well, it's the beginning of another decade in the world of football, and we just sit right here and relish, the ride. So I urge you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride here. So.
I will kickstart from Europe. Of course, England. What's your highlight of yesterday's game? Your favorite game yesterday?
Definitely. I think I'll pick two. Number one, that Arsenal, humiliating Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium. Of course, just like I was telling Femi in one of our shows, I said, would Arteta be able to spring up surprise? Of course, he did that last night. We saw how Arsenal, were all over the place. I mean, you could not even imagine if it was actually Manchester United they were playing against last night. So, I mean, it happened. We saw it. Nicolas Pepe, I mean, being the man of the match for me, he was all over the place. In fact, the commentator, there was a point he had to say, I mean, he left Shaw behind. He sat Shaw. We saw that. I mean, so one for me. And again, the first match for David Moyes, I mean,
4 goals to nothing against Bournemouth.
That was very crucial. I mean, to his own personal whatever for him, because being the first game that he handled, and it was very beautiful, very excellent for him. 4-0. I mean, that's a fantastic one for him as a manager. Yeah.
Femi.
I think I'll start from the last one they said now, because that's one of my pick. David Moyes was actually a surprise to see a 4-0 scoreline. I mean, that is huge. And I watched that one, and it's a good one for him, And he said the last time he was appointed, before he got sacked, he already started an evolution in the West Ham team. And when he got sacked, he thought they were, at a particular place that he has promoted them to be. But now that he has gotten the job the second time around, that he has to start all over again. Well, it's a good foundation for him, winning 4-0 yesterday. And of course, I think I'll pick Manchester. Let's say I go with Arsenal. Arsenal.
Humiliating Manchester United.
No, we call that humiliation. but yeah. No, I mean, it didn't reflect. Not like the scoreline was wide, but then they play everything. They have played that. It was a masterclass from Arsenal.
Before I ask you guys about what has changed about Arsenal, let's quickly listen to what Mikel Arteta has to say after yesterday's game.
The feeling is incredible. I'm so happy and proud of the players and the performance that they put in today.
Did the first half in particular, did everything go as you expected? That was your game plan in action?
Yes, it was much better the first half than the second. Everything we tried to do and we planned to do against them worked really, really well. I think we had enough chances to put the game to bed much earlier, and in the second half we knew that physically we were going to drop. At the moment we are not ready to maintain that level of intensity through 90 minutes, but the spirit, the commitment and the desire that the boys are playing at the moment is terrific.
And you've been talking about trying to reconnect with the fans. Of course a win does that, but you could feel the enthusiasm and the joy.
Absolutely. Right from the start I could feel it. When I went out there I could feel straight away a different atmosphere. Thank you so much to them, because we really need them. This is very
Guys, he said something. He said he knew they wouldn't have the intensity for 90. I want to talk particularly about Arsenal first half match yesterday. It was as if it was only Arsenal. The intensity, the press, I mean, it was not seen in recent times.
Yes, that was why I was telling you the other time that if you look at the intensity, especially the first half, don't forget that he also said it. Mikel Arteta said that the intensity in the first half was very, very massive.
Very massive.
He hasn't seen that in a very long while. I mean, you want to look at it and say probably the players wanted to just make him happy, being the new manager. And of course, they did that. If you say that, yes, you are very correct. Because when a new manager comes on board, the players want to show that, okay, I'm the one that you should be using. I should be in the first, 11. I should be playing regularly. Everybody wants to, let the manager know that they are very competent when it comes to playing on the pitch. But the case is, what we saw from Arsenal last night, I mean, you also want to say that, would they be able to do that till the end of the season? That's another question.
That's the question I want to FEMI. I mean, you saw that press. I mean, that intensity was. And that is saying now that he knew they can't even do short over 90 minutes.
I mean, it's the coach.
No, but we didn't get to see that in the second half too. He said it.
Of course, yeah, because he knew. I mean, that means he's planning. I mean, get your stuff right
Of course,
in the first 45 minutes.
and the same thing happened against Chelsea.
Of course, they
For
did.
30 minutes, they were the superior team.
Yeah, for the whole of first half.
For the whole of first
But for
half.
the second half, they seems to drop down because our intensity game doesn't really. I mean, you can't match that for 90 minutes.
You can't.
How long can Arsenal sustain with that kind of?
Okay.
Femi.
All right. I think Mikel Arteta, coming out to say the Arsenal intensity, he was very much aware that the intensity will drop in the second half. I think he knows what he's saying. And Arsenal as a football club, and this season we've seen that the way they've played even before Mikel Arteta came in. But now Mikel Arteta has given these guys let me say a sort of identity with the way they played now. Now it's just a case of, are they going to be able to sustain that level of performance they always put in the first half, in the second half of the encounter? Now that's the issue with Arsenal, and I think Mikel Arteta will be actually working to find a way to cop that.
One last question before we go on Arsenal, Idris. Don't you think Arteta has revealed the secrets to the world?
Well, he hasn't revealed any secrets.
Because since you come out now and feel you are in first half game of intensity, and we can have a way of, if you can match your intensity in the first half, then we have a chance in the second half.
That's why as the manager, I mean, when you see that a particular game plan or a tactic is not working anymore, you try to, discern another one that can actually work for your team. Let me give you an example. When Jurgen Klopp came on board at Liverpool, he was full of intensity with the team. Even till now. Yeah. But the case is, if you look at it now, the guys are beginning to blend. In fact, they have blended with the tactics of pressing high, such a high level of intensity. Super. I remember when Emre Can was a Liverpool player, he said when they come for preseason that what the coach does to them is we ask them to keep running and running. Without the ball for a week, they will keep running and running. Without kicking the ball for a week, they will just be running. Why? Because he knows that what he plays is, press. You just continue to play high pressing game. Intensity. You run and run so that you don't get tired easily. When you can do this for a particular period of time, let's say 30 minutes, you can run for 30 minutes without getting tired easily. Of course, when you play 90 minutes, it just be like you are just doing it for fun. You won't get tired easily. That's the point. And that is why, let me say, that is what Mikel Arteta is trying to do. But they don't get used to it in a short while.
And you think it won't be decoded?
No, at a point, it will affect them. Because when players keep running, at some point they get tired.
Except you have
exhausted.
Except you have a solid backup. The bench
that's why you have to have depth in the squad. So that when the particular player gets tired, when the particular leg is tired, then you bring on another person who can actually fill the void.
Mr. Controversial. Jose Mourinho, after losing yesterday's match against Southampton, Southampton goalkeeper coach. Jose Mourinho in his post-match conference after the game seems to have insulted the coach. Mourinho was given a yellow card yesterday, and he came out and said the yellow card was fair because I was rude, but I was rude to an idiot. Idris.
He said he was rude, but he was rude to an idiot. Of course, when you are rude, you get sanctioned for being rude. The case
but that statement against Southampton goalkeeping coach.
Now,
he said it was. He didn't hide it.
Of course, he didn't have to hide it.
I'm looking for the
now,
voice.
According to Raymond, Femi, according to the report, he said the report we gathered, made us to understand that he was looking at the tactics papers of Southampton. Why would a coach of high reputation like Mourinho, of a class like Mourinho, go ahead to do that? You don't do that. Even a coach that is not as classy as Mourinho should not do that. It's unprofessional. It's unprofessional.
Let me play the voice of how Mourinho said yesterday. let's move forward. That statement, especially saying it was rude to it was rude, but then it was rude to an idiot. In quote, idiot.
That's why he has to be sanctioned. Now, like I was saying the other time, I said you went ahead to look at the tactics papers of Southampton, which ordinarily you shouldn't have done that. Now, when you are saying you are being rude to an idiot, one thing about Mourinho is the fact that even when he's guilty, he will still go ahead to keep making mouth to say. Now he's saying to the whole world that he's guilty, but he's guilty to an idiot. So if the FA should know what they should do, definitely he has to be sanctioned, like they have been postulating. But at the end of the day, we see that even if he's sanctioned,
Mourinho will change.
That will not change anything from Mourinho. He
No.
has been sanctioned several times in PL, and when he comes back, he will just continue to do the same thing. So
Don't forget, this is a man that even labeled as a Wenger, a specialist in failure. So he can say anything in that division.
that's one thing you cannot take away from him. He
But then
always-
I feel that was that was far too much labeling a coach of
like
a
yourself,
foot
an
club
idiot. No,
An idiot.
He loves
That's
the
why-
speculation. He loves the headlines. That's just Jose Mourinho for you.
yellow card.
Yeah.
They're saying that because you approached them at the Southampton bench.
I think the yellow card is fair because I was rude, but I was rude to an idiot, and for some reason I was rude, but I was, and because I was rude, I deserve the yellow.
You had that from Mourinho. I was rude to an idiot, and I'm waiting for the FA to come out. I believe they're going to give him a kind of.
That's what we are saying.
Of
That's what.
course.
How can you go in front of the press to say you are being rude to an idiot? I mean, a coach like you. I mean, he's not done anywhere. A high-class coach like Mourinho shouldn't have come out to say that in the first place. But I mean, at the end of the day, we see that even if he's sanctioned, he'll come back stronger, like he always does. Anyways, he has been sanctioned several times in England, like I said earlier. But for Mourinho, it's very bad for him, and we shouldn't just go ahead to shy away from the truth this time around. It's bad. So even himself, he understands that what he did was very bad.
Of course.
And Femi, Tottenham Hotspur, I've been impressed so far. I think got injured yesterday. I mean, the loss.
That's going to be a huge loss.
A huge
for them,
loss.
yes.
Has Mourinho done enough work? Though in a short space of time, what can you say about Tottenham Hotspur?
I think since Jose Mourinho came into the dugout, he has been doing relatively well. But then I think he has a lot of work to do. Judging by the recent performances of Tottenham Hotspur, you've seen them, drop points in their recent league outings. So I feel Jose Mourinho, he's just one kind of a manager that he doesn't want, he doesn't take defeat lightly. Rather than admitting that this opposition they've got the 3 points ahead of me, free and fair. He will still look for something else to put in there. But I just think Jose Mourinho has a lot to do going forward for Tottenham Hotspur this season out there too.
A lot of matches just tonight. Like you heard, everything was 4 goals to nothing better than burn them out. Leicester City, they're finally telling us they're not joking. Idris, quickly, I want to wonder. Let's assume Liverpool is not doing well.
Okay.
And with the way Leicester City is playing, you could have tipped them to win the league again.
They will carry the title.
Definitely.
Going away to Newcastle United and winning by 3 goals to nothing says a lot. It shows that everything they've been doing have not been a fluke.
Definitely, it shows how consistent the manager has been. It shows how understanding the players have been in terms of their relationship with the manager. It shows how very, very tactically sound their manager is. Let me just say, Brendan Rodgers is someone who knows his onions as a manager. He understands the inner workings of the EPL, how the English Premier League works. He understands everything. He's been the manager of Liverpool for some years now before he made that move to Scotland to coach Celtic. And then he came back, with Leicester City. In fact, almost immediately when he came, he started doing big things.
Just look at Leicester City against West Ham. They
second
basically
team
playing their
side.
team B.
They got the result. Yesterday there was no value on the pitch.
There was no value.
And they still got the.
Now, we had the likes of
no problem.
Jose Perez on the pitch and he scored a goal.
Madison scored
Beautiful
a
goal.
screamer.
It shows that the Leicester City side are doing it and they're doing it big. They're not ready to take shit from anybody. The fact that they lost to Liverpool should not make us to look at them like probably they're not there for this time around. But they are there. It's just that Liverpool are far better than them.
Better than them,
in terms of
exactly.
quality
And their
and
winning
everything.
point without their talisman.
Definitely.
That is a very, very good one for Bernard side.
And of course tonight, Liverpool league leaders be playing at home to Sheffield United later tonight. Aston Villa were 2-1 better than Burnley yesterday night as well. Manchester City Gabriel Jesus 2-1 win over Everton. Just like the games that went down yesterday. The English Premier League. They keep giving us the attractions. Let's come back home quickly. And straight to Nigeria's Sports Minister Sunday Dare saying they're going to renovate the FEMI Stadium, which is now formerly Liberty Stadium, and saying they're going to build at least 20 mini stadiums all over Nigeria, and that will be marketed. Looking at the way forward, Idris, Nigerian sports.
No, I think it's a step in the right direction. If you consider, many times we have said this now. I remember there was a time veteran Shegun Odegbami, used to write in one page of I've forgotten the dailies now. He used to write how very, very good the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium used to be in the past.
I was just on last time out.
He said Israelites came down to Nigeria to build that stadium. Then, when the likes of Rashidi, Yekini was in their heydays. So he said they built that stadium. It was one of the best stadiums in the world, according to Shegun Odegbami.
I want to. Have you been there? When have you been there?
I was there last year. I saw the condition of the pitch. I saw how terrible it was.
Even the seats.
Don't mention the seats. In the game of football, of course, in the game of football, you look at the first thing you look at is the pitch.
Definitely.
Obviously,
I'm just talking about everything.
If-
And there was a particular place I saw that had a hole, and they have to cover it. And if you are not careful, if you step your feet on it, you're going to get injured. So I think it's the right way forward. If
eventually they will get it renovated, of course, it's a good one for us, a good one for our football, especially in Ibadan. Yeah, the first stadium in Nigeria, Obafemi Awolowo Stadium, is in that condition, present condition as we speak. I mean, it doesn't speak well of the country. It doesn't speak well of the fact that we have administrators, even in that particular stadium. Don't forget that the office of the National Sports Council is there. Don't forget that it's there.
I think it's Adamasinga.
It has been shifted.
No, it's still at Adamasinga.
It's still at Adamasinga.
Yeah.
Even if it's at
But
nevertheless, this is the first stadium in
definitely
the country.
a federal
Stadium for that matter.
Hopefully, and 20 mini stadiums also to be built.
Yes, I
if you
think
can
that
achieve
one
that.
is very good. At least if you can have one in each local government. It's not,
the-
well, in each state, obviously, but for local government, I think it's still achievable. It depends on how they are able to gather resources together and all that. But trust me, this government will not want to do that, considering the fact that they will tell you.
I think it's saying it's not just to the government alone. Private organizations and government are coming. I think it's been speaking to the gurus, top guns within Nigerian economy altogether. The likes of
Dangote or Tedola. I think they've been able to do one or two things. Dangote or Tedola, they've been doing, I think, a renovation of one stadium in Abuja.
Of course, one also in Malibule Stadium in Kaduna. The governor Erufa said he's coming out to renovate.
And thank God for the likes of Obaseki, who have been very, very instrumental. At least he hosted a particular competition just of recent that they concluded it. I don't know if you are aware of that. So, I mean, these are governors who have been showing interest in sport, and they are doing it.
Maybe because we finally have somebody who seems to, understand what sport is all about. Okay, I think we have a caller here. Who has to have an understanding about?
Yeah, definitely the sport minister.
Yeah, definitely. Who seems to have understanding about how sport works.
Yes.
And finally, we can just hope the Nigerian sports, Nigerian football, can get better. Okay, before we go, let me take one or two calls. 090-81-11-1067 or 090-81-11-1067 and 080-80-10-1067 or 080-80-10-1067. Talk a lot. Talk about the English Premier League. Talk about Mr. Sunday Dare trying to renovate Nigeria Stadium and building 20 mini stadiums. You can just have your say. 7 minutes past the hour of 12. What if Sheffield United shock Liverpool tonight?
Well, all things being equal, it's not going to happen that way.
Because
I don't see the
you are,
game.
you are a seer or you are a prophet.
That would be a New Year
it's
gift.
not about it.
No, it's not. You just said it with confidence. Like, it won't happen.
Sometimes
No, you know, football is like
sincerely,
it could crack anywhere.
football is not mathematics. When
Yeah,
you have 2
definitely.
plus 2 equals to 4, any day, anytime, it's always 4. But I mean, if you look at the statistics, you look at the present condition of the players, the present atmosphere everywhere. If Liverpool go to play abroad, they will win. If they go to play in Asia, they will win. If they go to play in Cairo, they will win. If they go to play in Australia, they will
What
win.
if there's a shock out tonight?
What if there's a shock?
Shock. Of
Yes.
course, you can never rule out the fact that there can be shock in football. But
Don't forget that Sheffield United have been better away from home than playing at home.
not this time around.
Well,
when they are playing the league leaders.
It doesn't matter.
Raymond, let's just be sincere. You know, Liverpool are heads and shoulders above everyone else in the league. So I don't even see a shock happening this night. Might happen. It might be a New Year gift. Who knows?
And I'm telling you that Sheffield United will win at Anfield today.
Okay, God willing, we'll meet next time on the show. You see.
Take my predictions. Think it goes to 1. Sheffield is winning.
I'll predict Liverpool 4 goes to 1.
IDRIS.
2-0.
And that's a wrap on today's first edition of Media Sports on Passionate 6.7 FM. Thanks to everybody who has been part, to all our listeners. Welcome to 2020 yet again. And we hope that this year will be a great year for you. Guys, time to go.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to feature on the show. Nice one.
Afemi.
Thanks for having me. 2020, we move.
Like I used to say, sport is live. Always endeavor to exercise your heart. I remain the sports illuminator, RAYMOND. Enjoy the rest of your day.